Okay, so this is going to be a narrated battle against NBZ. I was going to make it a double header, but haven't been able to actually get around to making another battle against him in hard gold. And basically, he was streaming, and he was like, "Yo," well, I was like, "Yo, let's battle 4th gen." He's like, "Tigwis knows where it's at." So we decided to bring a bunch of random crap. And he told me he's going to bring a really Stealth Rock weak team, and Nick was like, "Bring Stealth Rock." So I was like, can't say no to that. So I set up Stealth Rock as he Dragon Dances as Gyarados, and these are all pokes from my earlier days when I was being all gimmicky crap and stuff, when I was being stupid and stuff, pretty much. That's all I can say about it, because honestly, this Pinsir is crap. I made it for another team, and it kind of worked on that team, but I had a Blaziken in the lead spot before, which probably would have gotten wrecked by this Gyarados much harder than my Pinsir actually is, even though he tells me that this is a bulky Gyarados from DP. As you saw, he was playing on Diamond and Pearl, which is kind of obvious. Anyways, I take that Dragon Danced Waterfall incredibly well for a Pinsir, surprisingly because it is a bulky Gyarados, and Pinsir is not very bulky, especially when it comes to the fact that bulky Gyarados is in max attack. So this waterfall is going to kill me off, and this is going to pretty much just be me using a bunch of random crap and him using a random team full of Stealth Rock weak Pokemon, and yeah. I didn't speed this up any for two reasons. The first reason is that Camtasia is not working properly, so I'm going to have to format my computer and see if I can fix that again. And my desktop's power supply or motherboard is not working properly, so my desktop is not usable right now, and the power supply I had in it is being sent to the company that made it. And I'll probably have my desktop running again early December. Anywho, going to Draco Meteor this Gyarados with a Specs Draco Meteor. Don't know how I'm faster than a +1 Gyarados, but I guess it is bulky Gyarados. And two of the pokes on this team are named after that whole Jimmy thing, because back when I had this save file, Jimmy was still part of the community. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I just mean that it was before the whole, you know. If you don't know the story, then I probably don't need to tell it. Anyways, I'm going to go for a -1 Draco Meteor since I am Specs, as I mentioned before, because Flygon likes to fly gone all the way home. However, it is not a fly, but then again, I just stole this nickname off of that one video that Banana made. Well, Jimmy made it, then Banana YouTube pooped it, and then all the Jimmy jokes started coming in. And nobody knows who Jimmy or Banana are anymore. Well, people know who Jimmy is, but that's beyond the point. Now out comes a Houndoom, and Houndoom is going to be able to do the thing that it wants to do, and that is Substitute. Substitute is basically the only move that anybody in the spectrum of NBZ and Super Blah 411 like to do, because they put, well, at least Nick puts Substitute on everything. NBZ doesn't necessarily. He's got a nasty plot up. I'm just going to go for the whole Earth Power thing, because my Queen of Town is not quite from Homestar Runner, but it tries its best to try and be a joke. Any now, making up phrases that probably shouldn't exist. Cerberus is going to go for the I don't know what. I honestly didn't watch this through, except for the time that I was going to narrate it on my desktop right before it died. And he's going to Flamethrower now. And I don't know how I'm going to take this, for I am unsure of my bulk and my survivability. But I managed to live it and get off my own another Earth Power to pretty much wreck him. I don't know if it probably kills, because he's already at half. It probably wouldn't have killed if he was at full, because I know that this Nidoqueen isn't supremely offensive, and Sheer Force does not exist yet. Especially in 4th gen, where that ability does not exist. I don't know why I feel the need to explain that more than once, but I suppose I felt the need to explain it more than once. Going to get some more leftovers. I see it brings out a Beast, which is a Scarfed Milotic, and this is where things start getting crap for me, essentially. He's going to Hydro Pump, he's going to hit it which is rare on NBZ's part, for Hydro Pump tends to miss as much, if not more, than Stone Edge. I think it's just the laws of Pokemon. If you want to use high-powered moves, you have to have some sort of drawback, and usually that's in the form of not 100% accuracy. I'm going to go out to my Gallade now. He is going to hit another Hydro Pump, and he's going to crit me. So this is just going amazingly for me, and I am getting a little bit ahead. But had I sped this up, I don't know if I'd be able to keep up, considering it's such a short match. Anyways, even though it's at 30 frames per second, we're going to make do with what we have. Gallade is going to be destroyed by that Hydro Pump, which probably mattered. And NBZ was like, whoa, I hit 2 Hydro Pumps in a row, and I also critted with one. So now I'm going to go out to Canada and be forewarned to his Hydro Pump, despite the fact that he's already used it 2 times in a row. He's going to use it again and hit again. And NBZ is just having incredible luck. Well, I'm not having the best of luck, but who cares? This wasn't supposed to be a serious match regardless. He's going to hit me down to pretty low HP as I Psychic him. I thought about going for Nasty Plot, but I didn't want to possibly get destroyed by him in one hit, as I know this Milotic is very powerful. I get my own crit here, which helped, but I don't really know, because, I mean, I was pretty much going to lose anyway, but I don't know. The crit kind of sucked, but it kind of made up for the crit on my Gallade, but it kind of didn't. The phone's ringing. Damn it, why does this always happen? I swear, this always happens. Alright, well, if this is out of sync, I stopped caring, because I know that I just want to get this up, and, Avidmux, I don't know how you say it, is not necessarily the best video editing program, but I will try to salvage this the best I can. NBZ is going to bring out his Swallow now, and he is going to pursue me into oblivion. Not quite Skyrim, but oblivion. And now that Canada has read the Elder Scrolls, they can exist. And if it doesn't exist, I'll just make it exist. And that was a joke from something probably nobody has seen. Anyways, out comes the Flame Orb, and we all know that the Guts boost is going to make it very easy for him to sweep me with. Now I go out to my Gay Weavile, because again, the Jimmy era is when this set of pokes was pretty much existent. And Gay Weavile is going to be destroyed by a Facade. This is a special Weavile. It is Nasty Plot, it is crap, it is suck, it is everything in between. It is everything but good. And I would not recommend using it. Anyways, his Swallow is pretty much just going to have a clean sweep on the rest of my team, although it is not a Vectrex game. However, my Flygon is not going to outspeed it because it is Specs, even though NBZ was saying, how can that be Specs? Especially since Hades Dragon Dance with Gyarados, but that's not important anymore. And down goes Flygon. God, 4th gen is so slow. But I have no way of speeding it up. Anyways, that was the battle. He also had his Moltres and a Licky. So, yeah, that was a good game in BZ, despite all the hacks, but whatever. I don't really think it mattered in the long run. I do know Gallade probably would have lived the Hydro Pump without the crit, and I'd gone for Drain Punch that turn, so I would have been able to get some health back. And I don't exactly know where it would have gone from there, because clearly 2 Hydro Pumps would have been enough to take me out, unless he just got a max damage crit, which the world will never know. However, I do know that I could have done something at least. I also could have gone for Thunder Wave, because it was a really weird Gallade set, but who cares? This battle is 2 minutes longer than it should be, I guess. But, whatever.